Good morning, my friends. How are you all this morning? I'm out here with the infamous Dick and Jane. These are my two shoebox worm bins that I started a couple years ago, actually as cocoon bins. And I had put in 100 cocoons in each one, or 50. I think it was 100. And it took them several weeks to get rolling. But boy, they have really been um, uh, two bins that have produced a lot more than I thought they would. So I'm just going to put their little namesakes aside, their little nameplates here, and tell you that I have a little project that I want to do, and that is, these are shrimp or prawn, whichever you call them, but they're shrimp shells. And I normally will pulverize these and put them through the through my blender, through the what do I want? Nut and herb grinder, and they come out like a powder that looks very similar to my eggshells that I also put through that Cuisinart grinder. But what I'm going to do with Dick and Jane here today is they're both going to get kind of a little fluffing. I want to see how they're doing and see what they're up to. I haven't been in here for a while, and I'm trying to see if I can work from the other side of the table. I was in here a few weeks ago, I think, and they both looked like, I was surprised, they both looked extremely well for it being as long as it had been since I was in here. And I had a avocado, half of an avocado shell. We'll just see if we've got anybody down here. It looks very nice and moist. Moisture level seems good. Let's see if we've got anybody hiding in here. Not too many, a few. Springy little. Isn't this interesting? I find pieces of foil, and yet I know there's no foil in anything that I'm giving them. Where could it be coming from? So we'll just put this aside for a moment and give a little fluff here. I want to try and get down to the bottom gently. Let's see, what do we got here? Anybody? A lot of moisture, but in a good way. Like it really, like it's producing some nice castings. There's something else, look at that. Somehow a piece of foil got in here, and I don't know how. Oops, well, that was the end of that spoon. Alrighty, well, we'll just use our fingers. I think the last time I was in here, I put some shredded cardboard on the bottom, just to try and absorb any moisture. It seems like I was having a moisture problem. Yep, worms look good. Not a tremendous amount, but not bad. There's a nice little red wiggler for you with his little yellow tail. All right, that side looks good. Good job, Dick. Oh, there's still a worm in there. All right, we're gonna put that back together. Oh wait, I know what I'm gonna do. Let that sit for a moment. Let's see what we got. Jane's side, I don't know. I'm always in favor of the girls doing they seem to be the harder workers, but that just might be me. And, oh, and there's Jane's avocado. Anybody in there? Huh, not a soul, and it feels much drier. Let's see, Jane. You drying out on me there, girl? Oh, that feels a little bit more moist. That looks like hair. Could be. I'm always doing this with long hair, so it could be me. And a few little worms. Not a lot. I think I've been neglectful here and there. They're kind of, oh, that looks like a chubby one. And again, that I had put paper in there, shredded cardboard rather, excuse me. I don't want to break any more plastic in there. Just want to turn it gently. I could almost let this dry out and try to harvest, but I just want to do this one little experiment. Again, paper. Alright, so we're gonna take them and spread them out a little bit, and we're going to do a center feeding. Look at what that was. Maybe an avocado pit. Alright, so now we've got it separated. What I want to do is, I have, this is bananas, strawberries, carrots, sweet potato skins, everything with skins. And then I put a little bit of water in it, not much, and I put it through my NutriBullet. So what I'm going to do, I guess, excuse me, 2 experiments, is put a little bit of the slushy in, and let's put it back down here where we had it. See who comes a-crawling. That's like who comes a-calling, but who comes a-crawling, get it? I love rhyming. I was meant to be a rap artist, I think, except I don't like rap. Alright, so then that was that. I'm going to take a little bit more of this and put it down through the center. I don't want a whole lot because I don't want it rotting, going anaerobic. Well, it could rot, but I just don't want it to go anaerobic. There's the difference. Alright. I think after this we really need to harvest because it's getting a little too high. Whoops, sorry. And I want to take the same thing and see how long it takes them to eat these prawns. I eat these shells. There we go. I'm going to put on a little bit of oatmeal. See if we can chub up these, get these little worms to be fatter. And this is just oatmeal that's been ground into a powder. And then we put some eggshell. There you go. All right, we got our eggshell. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. I'm not saying that. Eggshell, you're going to give them eggshell. It's not really a food, but it is a grit. And the grit acts, because they have a crop and then a gizzard, and it acts like, you know, two rocks with something in between. You know, it's grinding it back and forth, and it's helping that break down and be, you know, absorbed, eaten, what have you. I'm also going to give them a little bit of corn syrup, which is not really corn syrup, but this came from our can of corn that we had the other night, And so it's just that little bit of sugar in that corn that feeds the bacteria. Okay, so we got everything on here, and we're just going to add some coffee. This was from a couple days ago. We have coffee every morning, and we had some coffee, and so I saved the grounds, or grinds, whichever way you say it. So they're each getting the same exact thing, but I just want to see who goes faster. And so I think that's going to be, I believe that's going to be it. Let me just take a coffee filter and lay it on top of each one. Keep it all packed down there. Oops, there we go. Let me just add a little bit of liquid to that'll really entice them a bit. Okay, and I think they've both had even Steven here, and you guys have watched. So we added, look, there's a piece of corn. Tuck you under. All right, so we've got Jane and we've got Dick, and we'll come back. This is April 7th, and we'll come back in maybe a week or so, and we'll see if we see any difference in who's eating their prawn shells faster, Dick or Jane. So take care, everybody. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you'll come back and see me again real soon, because you know I'll be here. And don't forget, garden what you've got. Bye-bye.